Look, I don't know your boy, but you can't expect me to be thinking favorably towards him.
No, we don't expect that.
Look, all we're saying is...
But I do know my daughter. If she wasn't abducted, then she was certainly persuaded. She would never be the instigator.
It takes two, Mr. Khan.
If any harm has come to Joanne, I shall hold your son and you directly responsible.
Now, just wait a minute. You remember this. Your girl is not the wholly innocent.
What?
Well, she's a fast wee girl, that
Jim?
kid. She wasn't on the street 5 minutes, but she's got my wee lad dancing to her tune.
Jim, this doesn't help.
Look, he is giving me this holier-than-thou business. Well, he ought to know what she's like. Tell him, Andy.
Oh, what? Leave him alone. When Joanne first arrived, it was Andy she was keen on. Now, there's no harm in that. We're not saying that.
Hey, no harm. She stirred up a right wee hornet's nest. She nearly had my two lads killing each other.
It wasn't just her fault.
Well, it certainly wasn't theirs. She was going out with one of them and flirting with the other at the same
Mr.
time.
MacDonald, I came here to discuss how we find our children. I didn't come here to listen to you insulting my daughter.
Yeah, well, she's no angel, and you'll find that out for yourself.
Mr. Khan, don't go.
There's no point in staying.
But we need to talk about this.
Look, I'm angry. I'm determined not to talk about this while I'm angry.
Nothing.
There's no question. You should have told me.
You weren't even in the country. Besides, there was nothing to tell.
Why couldn't she just send a postcard?
According to the MacDonalds, there was something to tell.
What?
She'd been seen with both the boys.
Being seen with? What's that supposed to mean?
I don't think I have to spell it out to you, Felicity.
But you do. What does it mean? If you mean she was friendly with them, yes, it's true. If you mean she was more than that, then it isn't.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Where were they together?
Well, I don't know. In the park, the cafe, they went for walks, hung around together.
Did they have this house to themselves?
Of course not.
Still, you should have let your mother and myself know.
Know what? That she'd made some friends? Yes, I probably would have done, in the same letter in which I was telling you what she'd had for breakfast.
Don't talk to me like that, Felicity.
Well, what's the point? If you'd been here, it wouldn't have made a blind bit of difference.
I'd have taken her home.
Because she'd found some friends. Yes, I believe you.
She is a good girl, isn't she?
Of course she is.
Do you think so, Jenny?
I'm sure she is.
It must be the boy's fault. She'd never do a thing like this.
There's no point in talking about fault.
You know, he's a nice boy, Mr. Khan. If you met him, I'm sure you'd like him.
I hardly think so, Jenny. I think I'd probably wring his neck.
Martin? What are you doing back?
One dead motor.
Oh, no.
Yeah, do us a favour, get Kev to go and pick it up with you. It's serious.
Where are the children?
Pauline's walking them. She said she'll bring them back later. Can you tell Kev it's down on Sitwell Street by them lock-up garages at the end? Yeah, here's the keys. I mean, he's going to go out to pick them up, isn't he?
Yeah,
All right, I suppose you better ring Alman as well. Not very impressive, is it? First day in, half an hour late.
Don't worry. You're well in credit.
How come?
By proxy. Shows me about a fortnight.
So they'll clean the gents' pens, will you? See you later.
Andy, will you get that?
Yeah, OK.
Well, don't rush, will you?
Hello? Yeah. Oh, you stupid jerk.
Is Mum there? Yeah, I don't know, just put her on, all right?
You're in it deep, mate. Dad's going to have you.
Andy! Steve? Oh, thank God, where are you?
Is Joanne there? Joanne? Has she got back safe? No, she went off on her own.
Steve!
You better tell him he's dead when he gets back.
Shut up! Steve!
Looks as though you needed that.
Thanks, yeah, I'm starving.
Yeah, they do a good line in all-day breakfast here. So tell me, what's a girl like you doing on her own at the side of a lonely road?
That's a long story.
Of course.
Well, I've split up with my boyfriend. We were touring the lakes on a motorbike. I got fed up.
What of? The motorbike, the lakes, or the boyfriend?
All three. But mainly him. He's very young.
You're not exactly Methuselah yourself.
He's too immature.
So, tell me, where were you staying in the lakes?
We were working in a hotel.
Sleeping together?
No.
Or is that why you got fed up? You don't have to answer that. No, seriously though, you shouldn't be wandering these quiet roads on your own.
I had no choice. I want to get back.
Lucky you met up with me then. And I don't just mean for the meal either.
I can look after myself.
I wonder. You realise your parents would be tearing their hair out if they knew what you were up to, Joanne?
But no one's going to tell them, are they?
Oh, that's pretty horrible. Fancy another cup?
My treat. It's all I've got in the world, but it'll get us 2 cups of tea.
You insist. Bit more milk, I think, this time.
Yes?
Mr. Khan, can I come in?
Of course. Please, sit down.
Thank you. I'd like to apologise, Mr. Khan.
Oh, it doesn't matter. We're all upset.
But Jim doesn't make it any easier. He really doesn't.
Felicity tells me they were only friends.
I'm sure. I'm absolutely positive.
Is your husband so sure?
Jim speaks first and thinks after. He didn't mean to insult Joanne. He was worried Steve would get all the blame. He knows there was nothing going on between them.
Do you think there still isn't?
Well, we can't know, can we?
She's only 15, Mrs. MacDonald.
They're both too young for all sorts of things, Mr. Khan. Steve's a good lad. Please don't think he isn't. But he's a boy who thinks he's a man. You can't tell kids that age they're not adults. They're going to set out to prove you wrong.
Yes. That's why they need parents. I should never have allowed her to come here. She's far too young.
You can't keep her locked up, Dad. She could have done exactly the same thing in Canterbury.
She wouldn't have.
If she was going to choose someone to run away with, she could have picked a lot worse than Steve. He's all right. He'll take care of her. He wouldn't let anything happen to her, would he, Liz?
Steve's just phoned.
What? Where from?
He didn't say. He got cut off or put the phone down, I don't know. All he said was, is Joanne there? He said she'd set off for home and he wanted to know if she'd got back.
She's alone?
He said on her own.
Well, how's she coming here? By train? Coach?
He didn't say. He just asked if she'd got back all right.
We can keep to the motorway, or we can go the scenic route. Makes no difference to me. My time's me own. And whatever happens, we're going to be back in Manchester 5, 6, something like that. We might as well enjoy the trip home.
I thought you said you were going straight back.
I said I was going to Manchester. I didn't say I was an express service.
Well, I'm expected.
Goodbye. Not by your parents. You told me they don't know.
My sister, her friend. I was staying with them.
They're not going to worry. Whatever happens, though, I'm not going to leave you alone again. I'm going to take you home.
Look, I don't want a guided tour of Lancashire.
There are some beautiful places out there. Relax. Life's too short for motorways.
Oh, no, just a half. I can't cope with it at lunchtime.
2 halves then, please, Bet. So you're still swinging the old lead, eh?
Please, call it sabbatical, Kev.
Sabbatical. How many times have you heard of mechanics taking sabbaticals? The only blokes who take sabbaticals are them who don't do work in the first place.
Tell him, Curly, dealing with customers is the sharp end of the industry. Any road, you don't need to be so smug you spend half the day laid on your back.
Lay on me back covered in oil.
My dear of heaven, 92p.
In fact, I'll be on the Plassey's car this afternoon. What trouble? It looks like it.
Oh, that's surprising. He didn't buy it off Ken Barlow, did he?
Unworthy of you, Curly, 8p.
Did you say Martin's car?
Yeah, died on him this morning. Had to tow it to the garage.
Serious, is it?
Engine seized. Well, looks like it.
And that's all he needs, just after he's given up his job to go and help Gaelic Cafe.
Oh, kiddy.
Hey, and if you want to bolt your nose and you wouldn't have had to do that, and if I was still working at the cafe, he could have stayed at the hospital.
Quite right, Phyllis. Shame you weren't up to it.
Jacko, take Phyllis's order, take her mind off warfare.
Yes, Phyllis, what is it, a Bloody Mary, is it?
Oh, give me strength.
Hiya.
Oh, you know, I don't see much of your lodgers lately. Not gone away, have they?
I think the word's tenants, and no, they haven't.
We should be letting the hair down students in the holiday season.
Perhaps have other things on their minds.
Such as?
Search me. 18, be a love. Shift that filthy ashtray. Thank you.
Look, I still haven't got it sorted.
You what? You've just got a pay rise, you've got the duck eggs eating out of your hand. You're in clover, pal.
Yeah, but there's Barmouth. I still got to go to Barmouth.
Could be worse. Could be Southport.
Oh, I don't know, you know. I mean, Barmouth, Kimberly's parents in a caravan. You watch it rain.
Mom?
Any love? Hi, do you have a good time?
Yeah, your dad's here.
Hope I'm not intruding.
No, of course you're not. Come in, Ken. Where have you been?
Oh, just Heaton Park. Far-flung exotic places that are out of the reach of Greater Manchester public transport.
Welcome to the real world, Ken. Do you want a cup of tea?
Oh, that'd be smashing.
Hey, Dad, a free cup of tea. Now I don't have to keep asking people in the street.
Oh, just watching
God,
you.
just put the kettle on for your dad. There's some post on there for you,
Oh.
Ken. Take a seat.
Oh, thanks.
Now then, Cinders. Now then, how's things? Like you blew out of this place.
Oh, I have. What a gal's gonna do, what a gal's gonna do. You pick the car up.
It's in the garage.
And?
Sorry, mate, you've cut the engine. It's had it.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I've not had time to strip it down yet, but you're almost certainly looking new engine, radiator, hose, labour. You're talking £600-700, mate. Car's not worth half that, and if I do the job, I couldn't guarantee it for you.
Great. So go on then. Give us the good news.
£50 for scrap. Hey, I'm sorry, mate.
Talk about timing, Kev.
Yeah, your Mark's working on the car at the moment. Escort popular. It'll suit you.
So?
So, you could do a lot worse.
Kev, I can't do it at all. Without a one coming out house, you know. God, talk about timing.
Oh, I'm glad you finished those.
Why? What's wrong with Chris?
Nothing, it's just when you eat them in me ear.
Well, now, that's what I call news.
What?
Hands up, anyone in this room is going to be a bridesmaid.
You are?
Come on, Tracy, get your hands up.
What are you talking about?
Your brother Peter's getting married.
Oh!
He's not.
He certainly is. So Jessica finally decided to do the deed and make an honest man of me. Sorry it's such short notice, but the way my leave works out, unless it's next week, it won't be till the end of the year.
Next week?
Oh, that is wonderful. I did like Jessica.
Yeah, great news, isn't it?
What about me?
I'm sure the recorder can spare you for a day, Dad.
The recorder? You mean you still haven't told him?
Yeah, I know, terrible, isn't it? And I can't wait to see you and Deirdre. And tell that sister of mine to give Jessica a ring about the dress. She is #1 bridesmaid.
Oh, I shouldn't have had them crisps.
You're all right. Most of them went down my neck.
Where is it?
Portsmouth next Wednesday.
Can I give her a ring now?
We haven't measured you yet. Go and get the tape.
Brilliant.
I don't think that one will sleep tonight.
Awful, isn't it? I can barely remember her.
Oh, pretty girl. Dark hair, nice eyes.
Yeah.
And a really nice person.
Well, I hope he makes more of his marriage than I did.
You'll be going, of course.
Well, of course. Can't miss that, can we?
We? I'm not going.
Oh, but Deirdre, you must.
I can't possibly go.
Well, of course you can. He doesn't know. Nobody knows.
Oh, and that makes it all right, does it?
But Deirdre, he'd be mortified.
I doubt it.
I mean, how would you feel if your mother didn't turn up at your wedding?
Oh, for God's sake, Ken. I've met him half a dozen times. I am not his mother.
You're the nearest he's got.
And that is bordering on blackmail. I'm not responding.
Well, what do I tell him?
Well, what's wrong with the truth?
But look, Deirdre, all he wants, all anybody wants at their wedding is a family. That's not too much to ask, surely.
We are not a family, Ken.
Want to try the police again?
No, I'm not trying the police ever again. Utterly useless. They wouldn't care if she was dead.
Dad, don't.
John Fletcher had 4 visits about an unlicensed car. Now, there's a girl out there with her life in danger, and they don't even bother turning out. They don't even bother looking for her.
They're the same as us. They don't know where to look.
I don't suppose there's any point in going out to look for her.
No, you'd be more used by the telephone. Do you want me to go?
No. You're staying here. And when this is over, I'm taking you both back to Kent with me.
Dad?
If you can't look after Joanne, how can I believe you can look after yourself? Your poor mum, she must be praying right now.
A few years ago, you would have been too.
If only it was that simple. Why doesn't she phone?
Are they off?
Well, I think Nicky'll see the dawning, but Sarah's well off. Any joy?
Well, I reckon we can afford a reasonable car. £80 a month, 3-year loan.
Everything?
No, still got to run it. Tax, insurance, all that.
Oh, Martin, that's impossible.
It's not impossible. It's tricky. Just have to bust a gut.
How?
Dunno. Evening job, weekends. I'll do it.
I want to see something of you. Anyway, you can't do that. It's slavery.
Yeah, but we need a car, Gail.
Well, why is it so much?
Interest rates, look, that's what it costs.
Who can afford that?
You just have to.
Well, you don't have to. It's insane.
Yeah, but you can't manage those kids without a car.
I've managed before.
You didn't manage, you drudged.
Oh, well, it's you or me. At least I won't be drudging for a finance company.
Look, there is one way we could afford it.
What?
Well, you know, we could use that money from Brian's death.
Oh, Martin.
No, Gail, look. I wouldn't mention it. I know you've got it in the kids' names. I know you don't want to touch it. But you'd be for the kids, wouldn't it? Like, they don't like being dragged round the streets any more than we like dragging them. And if we had a new car, we'd have more time for them. We'd all be happier. We'd be able to leave these 4 walls occasionally. It has to be a good thing for all of us. So it wouldn't just be for you and me. It'd be for the kids as well.
You could apply that argument to anything.
Oh.
A new washing machine would be good for me, so it'd be good for the kids. A weekend in Paris would do me a world of good, and the kids' lives would be much better off with a stick of Eiffel Tower rock. By the time they were in the teens, there won't be any money left.
Gail, a car's different.
No, it isn't. Not really. Anyway, I can manage.
A couple of thousand, it'd get us a good car.
Yeah, until that broke down, and then another 1,000, and then another. That money's for the kids' future, Martin. I'm not likely to be able to give them anything else in their lives. I'd like to hang on to that.
That makes life a lot harder, that's
Well,
all.
I'm used to that. Anyway, it's not negotiable, so can we drop it?
OK,
please?
I'll drop it, you're probably right. But if it's not a bank loan, and it's not Brian's money, what is it?
No car by the sounds of it. Be a lot healthier and a lot wealthier.
Oh, great. And when we're 65, we'll have a bus pass.
Okay, takes a week off, spends it in the dizzy house. What does that say about his home life?
Says his home's got Alvera in it. What do you think I'm here for, the climate?
Hey up, board meeting.
Right, Norman. Can't stay long. It's just while the wife's at the St John's ambulance. Sounded very agitated on the phone, so I thought I'd better drop in.
Thanks, Mr. Holdsworth. Can I get you a drink?
Really, no. I'll take a peanut from you, though, if I may. I hope this is not going to be more trouble, Norman. The ulcer's winning the fight as it is.
Well, not trouble exactly.
Well, what is it, then?
A favour.
A favour? Norman, if you took all the favours I've done you of late and had them cut into stone, you could bike on them from here to Liverpool. Or fire ahead.
Look, I don't think it'll be a problem.
It's what head office thinks is the problem.
Look, it's a domestic matter.
Well, you have my entire sympathy.
Look, you know I'm due to go on holiday with Miss Taylor's parents.
Yes, you did mention something about it, yes.
Well, that's the problem.
What is?
Well, look, to be honest, Mr. Holdsworth, if I find myself cooped up with Mummy and Daddy Taylor in a caravan, in Barmouth, in the rain, well, you may well lose your deputy manager on a charge of homicide.
An head office would take a very dim view of that, I can see your point. But, I mean, what am I going to do about it?
Computer course.
Computer course? They're clever machines, but I never heard of one yet that could solve a problem as big as Barmouth.
No. I've looked at the schedule, and there's one due at the end of August and the first 2 weeks in September.
No, yours isn't until October. Oh, yes, but I've got a feeling, Norman, that October's going to be a particularly awkward time in terms of stock renewal and warehouse rationalisation. I wonder how the first 2 weeks in September will fall in with your plans.
What can I say, except thanks, Reg?
Hey, I hope this is the last favour, you know. And I will have that drink. Make it a large whiskey, 1 piece of ice, a bottle of ginger ale and 2 packets of dry roasted. To hell with the ulcer. And the St John's ambulance.
Oh no! It's my dad's car! What's he doing here? He's gonna kill me.
Of course he won't.
Don't stop, just drive on.
Joanne, don't be silly.
Oh God.
Joanne?